Hi, I'm Nami from Mini Lotr. Welcome back to the channel. I hope this video will get out on time. Everything is going wrong at the moment. So yeah, as the title probably says, I am converting Uruk-hai finally. I've been trying to do that for quite a while now. And yeah, so saw the intro. Usually I only use second-hand miniatures for the second White Hand army. I don't know if you can hear that, but little painting buddy is scaring away birds with their almighty quack. She's cute. So yeah, I bought an Uruk-hai ballista, probably gonna be the next video. I already painted it, spoiler. I ordered some scouts, yeah, scouts I believe it is in English, and crossbowmen. Gonna be a video as well, the crossbowmen, because I changed my painting scheme a little bit since last time. I think it looks just a little bit better. And you'll probably see how it looks by the end of the video. But yeah, I didn't buy the warriors themselves brand new, I ordered them second hand, and I used, the intention was to use the scouts, to use part of the scouts on the warriors. Gonna be explained in a hot second. But yeah, they did not arrive on time. No, they did not. I did not even have time to record them. I opened them up and I started working on them. I spent a chill day converting them. Realized I didn't have any primer left. I went to my mom's house because my sister actually bought primer for me and left it there. She lives in a different city and I can't drive, so couldn't go after it. So I went to my mom's house, started priming the minis there. Cue the footage of me priming them horribly at my mom's place.
Go.
Oh god. And yeah, then I spent 3 days painting them. It's gonna be included in the video. But let's start at the beginning. The conversions. To start off, I selected the Uruk-hai warriors I got that weren't already painted because they'll give the most detail. I don't strip away the paint that's already on them because that's more money I have to spend on a paint stripper, and that's more money I can't spend on more paint and minis. So, is it worth it? Not really if you ask me, clearly. So I started with a batch of unpainted Uruk-hai from the second-hand batch I got, and I set them all in front of me and I took them one by one and I started to think up ways to make little changes. I didn't want to go full that original orc. Check him out on Instagram, the guy's crazy. You probably know of him if you know me, because he's way more popular for a reason. He's the king of conversions. But I didn't want to go that route because in the end I decided to convert 13 of them. And boy did I regret it once I started painting, because I wanted them painted all for this video. So yeah, first model I took was already converted actually. The guy I bought it from had snipped a part of the pike off and made the pike more spear length. I actually kind of liked it. It was unique, something I haven't really seen before. So yeah, I decided no work here, just snapped off the shitty glue he had used, probably super glue, about 10 years ago, because it just snapped straight off. And I glued the parts in place. That easy. But it wasn't gonna be that easy for that long, I believe. But the next one was actually quite easy. Why? Because I saw his hand and I realized if I cut right around the wrist, I could just glue it back on in a different position and it would look technically more original than when I started. So I did just that. I just cut around the wrist, cleaned up the cut as well because my knife isn't that sharp anymore, and well, as I have already established, I am a cheap cunt. Oh, can't say cunt on YouTube, fuck. I'm a cheap guy. Sounds like I'm prostituting myself. I'm a cheap motherfucker. That's the best thing I can come up with. So yeah, I cleaned out the cuts and just a little dab of super glue on the wrist and carefully placed the hand down, kept it down for a couple of seconds. The plastic glue actually works very fast, and I converted my first Uruk-hai. It's that easy. But the next one, number 3, I decided so far this was pretty easy. So yeah, I just took green stuff just to fuck with myself, make it hard, because I hate green stuff. For some reason, green stuff always goes very, very chunky on me. So I have to pull out the little chunks, and yeah, also I shake a lot. At the moment it's okay, but usually when I paint I shake a lot. Thank you, by the way, talking about games. You made me fuck up Bilbo. Picture will be included somewhere on the screen. Yeah, if you want to know how that happened, check out his video about painting eyes. The guy is amazing. Very nice guy as well. Handsome guy, beautiful beard. So yeah, I took green stuff, and after I chopped the arm off, I wanted to give the arm a little bit more of a different position. I'm not gonna pretend I was calculating things and saying, oh, I wanted a little more of an angle. Nah, I just wanted to change the position. And if it looked a little good, then that was mission successful. Like just a little band and paint it like it's chainmail and hope nobody notices. And yeah, that's the main goal of this mini. So after chopping down his arm, I got some green stuff and tried to as thinly as possible, but with still enough green stuff so the arm has something to grip onto, and the shoulder as well. I tried to squish the green stuff in between the place I wanted to be, and of course with the sculpting tool I pushed it a little bit in the right direction, making sure it's a band here, not just a blob like a tumor sticking out, and try to make it as clean as possible. Did I accomplish that? You'll be the judge. I would say not really, but close enough. And so far I realized I had not used a single one of my Uruk-hai scouts. And that was the main reason I bought them. I did not care if I only got 3 scouts by the end of this that I could actually use. So I took one of the Uruk-hai, realized his arm was a little messed up, so the previous owner had used some very viscous, very thick glue on his hand, and it looked messed up. So instead of going the easy way, chopping off his hand and replacing it with a hand from Uruk-hai Scout, I decided to do pretty much his entire lower arm and a bit above the elbow. I chose a Uruk-hai Scout that I found with a similar position but a little different because I want them to look different. And I chopped his arm off on a similar place, cleaned out the cuts from the warrior and the scout, and did a try fit. I realized it looks pretty fucking good, and just glued it together. Now I have a Uruk-hai with the arm with the different kind of glove and no armoring on his lower arm, so that makes him look a little bit more unique. And that's the entire premises of converting, so mission accomplished. I was very scared to do this because it's very easy to mess up, and yeah, even though I didn't care about my Uruk-hai Scouts, I still wanted to have some left. And I didn't want to fuck up this one. Oh fuck, I fucked up. Other one, oh I fucked up. You know, just for one conversion. And still having some green stuff left from one of the previous models, I decided to just do the same as the previous model. Take some green stuff, place it around the cut I made around the shoulder, and I try to pick out models that I can cut the shoulder off pretty cleanly, that armor plates will still make a little bit more sense than if I just took the shoulder here and some of the plate doesn't match up with other plates and compared to his arm. I'm a stickler for those details. So once again, a band of green stuff and popped them together, cleaned it up. Did it look great? No, but I was getting better at it. And that's the fun part about green stuff. You'll slowly see yourself getting just that little bit better, so the next time you're like, oh, I can do this, oh, I want to do this better, and it's motivational in a way. And after getting a little cocky with green stuff, I decided, quit while you're ahead for a little while. I want to try something different. And what I did was converting, not really actually converting now I say it out loud. I just decided to spruce up the base. If you want more different looking poses and everything, it's very easy to accomplish if you spruce up the base a little bit. I really hope you don't hear the noise of people working outside, but it's gonna do. And by sprucing up the base, I actually mean I have about 20 Uruk-hai ladders that I got from a second-hand lot. The people who sold me that, I met them in real life, very cool people. And yeah, I have 20 or maybe even more ladders that I don't intend to paint because I fucking hate painting those ladders. And I took one and, well, just snipped off the bit with the prongs attached to the ladder to make it more interesting, and glued it on the base. Glued the Uruk-hai on top of the ladder with one foot, make him look a little bit more dynamic, a little bit more victorious. And I realized this conversion stuff is pretty easy, well, because I count this as a conversion. It looks different than a standard warrior just glued in his base. So yeah, this is a win for me. And then I realized that ladder had another pronged part. So I just did that again with a slightly different Uruk-hai warrior. But then the result is there. It looks quite cool. Him standing on a broken ladder ready to chomp or standing victorious. It looked cool. And that's the main reason, also one of the main reasons people convert, is it looks cooler. Especially compared to a box standard army, not convert, just normal warriors. So I was feeling this. And instead of using all my other ladders on bases, I decided, nah, I need something more difficult. And by difficult, I mean another hand rotation. Just a clean cut around the wrist, position the hand slightly different, glue it on, easy as that. And the Uruk-hai warriors actually lend themselves pretty well to this. And even if you have a little, well, raised edge around the wrist, you can just paint it as one of the straps holding his armor plate to his arm. So why not do this? It's very easy, a fun way to get into converting, and the results are very good for the amount of effort you put in, and that's what I like. Little effort, great results. I'm turning into J-Mac. Thank you by the way, J-Mac, for a shout out in your last video. You're a great guy, love him. And the next warrior, we're getting close to the end now. I just did the same, just another hand rotation. What more can I say? I went ham. I realized how easy it is to do. Not gonna keep on yapping about how great hand rotation conversions are. They're easy and fun, yes, but you don't need to hear me talk about it for another 20 minutes. So now, finally the converting is done. Well, finally, I was enjoying myself, but went a little ham with the hand rotation thingies. Yeah. But I decided to include the painting journey of these Uruk-hai in the same video. Usually I do another video, but I wanted to make a little more of a longer video. Boy, do I regret that. I told in the intro about my troubles with the rattle can that I wanted to use was empty, my sister buying me one, dropping it off by my mom, me spray painting at my mom's. Did a horrible job, horrible. 100% my fault, not gonna lie, it was definitely my own fault. I was not prepared at all. And after spray painting those models, the next day when I was home, had some time, I decided to just patch paint all 13 of them, record it and use it for this video. I did that for 3 days. I have 6 hours worth of footage and I'm currently deleting files on my computer just to handle all this. It's a lot of memory and I play a lot of games as well. So you're watching this now, probably very much sped up, because this video is not gonna be fucking 6 hours. It's mental. But I realized in the painting journey, especially the one I just cut off his entire arm, I replaced it with his scout arm. Sometimes I couldn't even tell that they were converted, and not in a visual way like, oh, you can't even see the difference if you hold them next to the similar model but unconverted. It's more like I couldn't notice they were converted in the way that, well, couldn't really see the glue lines where the two parts met in general, and it felt natural the way they looked, and that made me very proud while painting this actually, because I had them in between my other Uruk-hais that I hadn't converted, and I was like, did I convert one of these two or both of them? And that's the biggest compliment you can give yourself if you are converting, not realizing that you actually put work into that model because it just blends into the model. And that was a great feeling to have. And yeah, I still have a lot of time to ramble, because I actually want to show you the full 6 hours worth of footage. Be aware the angle may change. It took 3 days to record and I didn't paint for hours straight in those 3 days. I painted a while, did something else, painted a while again, did something else, because I would lose my mind. Because unlike JMac, I don't really like patch painting. I generally tend to take more my time with my models. Not saying that's the better way to do it, it's just the way that I do it. So this was a little bit of a challenge for me as well, and I started hating myself for it. But in the end, I got them painted, and yeah, I'm gonna show some footage, maybe some pictures right about now. Fuck you, editing Lemmy. I'm very happy with how they came out. They look amazing because they're Uruk-hai. Uruk-hai always look amazing, even if your paint job is pretty bad, they'll still look amazing because they're Uruk-hai. Don't know if you realize, but I love Uruk-hai. Uruk-hai and Dwarves, my two favorite armies in the whole game, just for looks and also the stats and the strategies around them and the lore. I just love those two armies. That's why those two armies are my main armies, and the two armies I actually try to make a series about, like the biggest dwarf army on YouTube that I'm trying to make. If you're new to this channel, this is the first video you're watching, go check out my dwarf playlist. It has my journey from my very first video somewhere in 2023 all the way to now, about how I paint my dwarves, and I start getting better. Don't judge me on my first video, it's horrible. But by the end of the playlist you'll see the videos will get better. I get also a little bit better in painting, not that much. And yeah, it's a very fun journey I'm going through with my dwarves. Still have a lot of them to paint as well. I should really start like painting up a storm with those dwarves. Ooh, it's still from the batch I bought in the beginning of the year actually, so yeah. But there are a lot of fun videos coming up, like how I paint my Iron Hills banners. I got some compliments on that on Instagram and on Reddit. I'm on both. If you want to check me out on Instagram, link will be down below, unless I forget. Then just comment it and I will make a pinned comment. I forget a lot as well. So yeah, I hope you found this video a little bit educational. made you look more into conversion, because conversion is a lot of fun. I was very scared at it at first, but ever since I converted my first Blackroot Veil Ranger, I forgot how they're called, but I converted one of them. That was the first conversion I ever did. I recorded it as well. It's in my Ranger video, Condorian Ranger video if I'm not mistaken. Horrible video, but still watch it. And yeah, ever since I got more and more into it, and it's a fun part of the hobby. So if you have never done it, do it. You can do it. I believe in you. If you fuck up, it's all your own fault. I'm sorry. And yeah, in 2 weeks there will be a new video about how I paint my Uruk-hai ballista, I believe. I have actually already recorded it while I was waiting for my package of Uruk-hai warriors, so I was planning on doing that next, but in the previous video I said something, yeah, a whole bunch of behind the scenes bullshit. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, maybe watch another video. Just kidding, you're not forced to do anything here. Just have a nice day. Hope to see you in the next one. Let me out. Bye. If I start sweating, by the way, we're in a heat wave. You can probably hear the birds chirping because my air conditioning tubing is going through the window outside, but I had to shut down the air conditioning because you want to hear me in this video, don't you? I love fucking, but I fucking love this. I love fucking, what the fuck is... I'm losing my mind, the heat is getting to me. I'm a fat cunt, so I can't stand the heat. I just fucking stop functioning. I actually hope it's still recording. I just play Minecraft. Some other random games, but always fall back to Minecraft. I should delete all those other games because I don't really play them, but yeah. Where's the aircon? Sound of chilliness. Did I fucking record? Yes, I did. Oh, it's a half hour off.